Hello, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Real Talk. I hope you're all well, healthy, and safe. And if you're new to the channel, welcome to the Real Talk. This is a platform for open minded individuals to come together to share their ideas, share experiences, so that we can learn from each other, grow as individuals, and grow as a society. So if you're new to the channel, if you haven't already, please click on that subscribe button, like, share, comment. It just helps us to reach out to more people. And if you want to come on the channel and share your ideas and experiences or have a friendly debate, then get in touch with us. All our information is in the description of the video. Moving on to introduce my guest today. I have a great pleasure in welcoming Nikhil all the way from Kenya. How are you doing, bro? And welcome to the Real Talk.
I'm good. I'm really good, man. Thanks for having me on.
Of course, it's my pleasure. So Nikhil and I, we were in high school together. Know him for a few years now. And if for the viewers who may not know, Nikhil is a rally driver. He's won 4 championships, if I'm not mistaken, and
Yeah.
he also won the 2014 Sports Personality of the Year. Now, the viewers out there might think, yeah, that's great. Why is he on? Well, some of you might not know. Um, Nikhil unfortunately had a terrible accident in 2011. It was
Yeah.
2011, right? Yeah, it's been almost 10 years. And a quad biking accident. And unfortunately, Nikhil was confined to a wheelchair after that. But he still managed and continued to race and win. And that is the most inspiring part of the story, that Nikhil, you never gave up on your hopes and dreams and you continued. So I want to talk about that, that aspect, that even though, you had such a horrible and massive setback in your life, you still carried on, you still continued doing what you love and what you're passionate about. Now I want to start with the horrific accident. How difficult was it for you, to accept the new reality that your life will completely change now? And how did you deal with that? Because I cannot even begin to imagine how tough it must be.
Yeah. So I guess when the accident did happen, it was more of I'll go to the hospital and the doctors will kind of sort it out.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know that. Yeah. When I did have the accident, I did realize there was something wrong with my legs, because I asked one of my other rider friends to kind of press my toes, and I could feel something was not right.
Yeah.
Um, so I couldn't feel my toes when he pressed them, and I thought, you know what, maybe I've just broken my leg or something of the sort.
Yeah.
I didn't think of it to be such a big deal. Obviously, I was taken to the hospital in a makeshift stretcher, because we're in the middle of nowhere, right? Up in
Yeah.
Athi River. I guess you know whereabouts
Yeah.
that is.
Yeah.
The doctors here couldn't really do anything, um, and they had suggested that they fly me out to India. So when I flew to India is when it was kind of like, you're not going to be able to walk again. It was a straight up
Yeah.
thing. And it was difficult to still put that into reality, to be honest. It
Of
was
course.
more of,
I can't even imagine. Yeah.
yeah, it was more of like, you know what, things will change. I'm sure it's not going to be the end of it. Um, but then after my operation, when they actually made me sit up right, is when I actually realized that, hey, this is real. It was tough. Yeah, I think at first sitting down or sitting upright, after I think it was 10 days, I was just sitting, lying flat.
Yeah.
Yeah, not being able to move, not being able to do anything, to be honest.
No.
But then sitting upright, it was a relief sitting upright. But then the fact that, hey, these don't work anymore. Yeah, kind
Yeah.
of scary.
No, I don't even know, and I can't even imagine what must be going through your head when you face such a harsh reality. But you overcame that and you move
Yeah,
forward. So the point of this channel and for the show is to, share your experience so our people out there can get some hope and and can be inspired. So what what made you, or what, how did you overcome, that that acceptance of that reality, and then move forward and get back into a car, leave alone a rally car, just a normal car, and get
Yeah.
behind a wheel or wheels that put you there in the first place, in that situation. So like, how did you overcome that fear and that challenge? The mental challenge must be so tough.
I think it began when I was still in rehabilitation. So I spent 6 months in India because I broke my wrist, um, broke my back obviously, but
Oh,
because the
okay.
wrist was broken, I couldn't actually push the wheelchair myself, couldn't get in and out of bed myself. So until that healed, I couldn't really do the full rehabilitation to get my strength back.
Yeah.
But once the funny thing is, I don't know, I think it's just the way life works. And the funniest thing happened is when I went into rehabilitation at the hospital from the rented apartment we had. I saw a Pajero, a 4x4
Yeah.
with stickers all over it like a rally car. Had a name on it, had blood groups, whatever, whatever, whatever. And in the back of my head, I'm thinking, this guy's parked, and he's parked in a disabled spot. So I'm just thinking, like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, like he's driving a
Uh,
4x4, and yeah.
yeah. So I looked around. I obviously I got his name off the car because it's there. And then I asked around the hospital. I'm like, oh, whose car is that? Whose car is that? And they gave me a name. I Google searched him, and it turns out he's been doing these little off-road challenges in India with his car, and he's a paraplegic. So
Wow.
in my head, I'm
Okay.
like, oh, hey, wow, this is pretty cool. I'm like, and he comes to this hospital, and I'm at this hospital, right? So uh, I think a few days passed, um, and it turns out he lives in the same complex that I'm renting this flat in.
Yo, what are the
So
chances, huh?
yeah, so I go to his house. I mean, I actually met him on the just on the road. Like, I was just doing some laps, and I was just out and getting some fun. And he came up to me. He's like, "Oh, hey, blah blah blah. My name is Anurag." I'm like, "Yeah, my name is Nikhil. I'm from Kenya. I had an accident recently." And I'm like, "Oh, I saw the car back at the hospital. Is that yours?" He goes, "Yes." I'm like, "Oh, can I come see it?" So he took me to his house. So he has a normal everyday car. He's got this Pajero that he uses every day as well. And he has a quad bike as well. And he goes, "Yeah, I used
No
the quad bike
ways.
once or twice."
Yeah.
I'm like, "That's the thing that's put me in the chair." And he goes, "Yeah, yeah." He goes, "Just do what you have to do, right? If you want to do something, you can do it." And obviously, I still had my car stone that time. Um, and I was I was on the computer almost, I would say, 8 to 10 hours on the Xbox or the on the computer,
Yeah.
just searching things and trying to look for something I can do. And when I'm back in Kenya,
Yeah.
so I would search go karting, I would search rally driving, I would search 4x4ing, and everything to do with being a paraplegic, just trying to get somewhere or another to get back into the car, or to follow what I used to do
So
before.
in such a short space of time, you wanted to get back into the
Yeah,
car.
I want
So you didn't have
exactly.
any fear of going back, like a trauma or anything,
Um,
or your passion is just that much, you don't care. You want to just do it.
it was. I think when I actually got back into a rally car, the thing is, the road that I went to do the training rally on was where I
Yeah.
had my accident. So that was
Oh
kind of
wow.
the hurdle
Yeah.
in the back of my mind, thinking that, is this kind of like a roadblock that I'm going to have to hit again?
Yeah.
Um, that's where I kind of
Okay.
once I passed that mile,
Then you were fine.
I was I think I was okay after that. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But it
Yeah.
was just one of those things. Yeah,
No, sorry. Just going back to your story that you were saying. So you met this guy, and you were googling,
yeah,
trying to
yeah,
find out how you can get back behind the wheel.
yeah. Exactly. So I spoke to him and I said, look, once the cast is off, is it possible I can drive your car? He goes, the day it's off, come, it's no problem.
Nice.
And that's exactly what I did. I think what, a month and a half as soon as it came off, got into his car. The worst experience driving in India, but
Oh yeah, I can
the most
imagine
fun I
the
had.
traffic, and
Yeah,
people drive like
man, there
crazy,
were
man.
cows. There were it was insane. But
I guess if
it
you
was
can drive
really
there, you can drive anywhere.
boss. Yeah, it's exactly as they say. But it was a really good experience, and I think that just motivated me more to get back into shape and not look back. Just look forward, and things will sort themselves out as long as you can put your mind.
No, man, that's brilliant, and I'm really glad that you were, immediately you wanted to get back, and this setback didn't, put to hold you back from going back and driving and racing and what you love doing. Now, just moving on a little bit from that, like you mentioned, and things work out the way they do, and it's amazing that you found this guy, and
Yeah,
he just helped you. He was in your hospital where you were staying, and it was like God or whoever is out there sending you someone to help you and guide you on your path of rally driving and winning. And my question is, right, I've heard this before, and it might not apply to everyone, that when something is taken away from you, you almost get something else in return. So do you feel like that has happened with you?
um, I guess you could put it that way. Like, obviously, I've lost the ability to walk. I guess you get to see life in a different perspective.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, yeah. I mean, when I was able-bodied, I would never imagine what someone in a wheelchair would have to go
Yeah.
through. Being put in that position now, I think I'm very grateful for what I had and still what I have today.
Yeah.
Um, but I understand what other people are going through, and kind of makes you wonder that I should have been a bit more, open-minded. That
No, brilliant. No, that's the thing, like all these things we face in life, the tragedies, the traumas, there's always a lesson behind it. And like you
yeah,
said, you're open minded now because you learned that lesson. You understand it opened
yeah,
a different perception of how you see things, and you become more grateful and show more gratitude, which is amazing. And my one of my last questions before we end this talk is, I always ask this because obviously you can only give advice from your experience and what you've gone through. So for viewers out there, if someone's gone through a setback in life or something similar, what advice can you give someone to overcome that massive hurdle and to continue on the path of your passion?
I always say, if you can put your mind to whatever your aim is, you'll be able to achieve it. There's no obstacle that's too big, and I think that's all it is. If you can focus, put your mind to it. Something may be out of reach, but you can put your mind to it, and you can achieve what you want. Yeah, it's just a matter of putting everything together, put your mind set. Yeah, should should be able to do everything you want. Yeah,
No, great man, and that is mind over matter, right? Mind plays
yeah,
the most
yeah.
important part. Thank you, Nikhil. I really appreciate you coming on and sharing your experience. And, I have a high admiration from what you've done. Like, seriously, from, like, I've always, maybe we haven't spoken much, but, I've always had that admiration to go through something you did and still continue on your path to your passion. Just shows a lot of
Thanks.
mental strength, resilience, and heart. And for viewers out there, I hope you can take some hope from his experience, that you might think, that your life is over, it's changed in a massive way. But like Nikhil said, if you put your mind to it, you can achieve anything. And he's a living example of that. So I hope we can all take something from that.
Thanks.
Thanks, Nikhil. And yeah, take care and all the best. And yeah, I'll be following your races. When is the next one?
The next one's actually at the end of this month. Yeah,
Okay,
27th of March. Yeah, don't know
cool,
when this
man.
comes out, but yeah.
All the best, and I hope you win another
Cheers, man.
championship.
Thank you. That's the goal.
All the best. Thank you, viewers. Thank you for staying tuned and watching. And yes, if you want to come on the channel and share your experience, please get in touch with us. And yeah, take care, everyone, and we will see you all very soon. Bye bye.